National Geographic. I've been a member all my life. Yes, and every month I would get a new magazine. And I liked one of the articles recently they had about meteorites. Before man learned how to smelt iron, or that thing, things that fell from heaven, they turned into tools. They were crude, and they learned basically, they basically melted rocks from the early time of how you bake bread. You have a bake oven, and if you raise the temperature on that thing high enough, you get to you get to bake bread and do clay products, bowls, cups, and everything. But if you raise it high enough and you don't really burn it out, fire brick, people would take meteorites that would litter the ground, like I said, litter the ground, and they would melt that down for tools. A knife was always the first thing they made. A knife, not a sickle, a knife for cutting. And those nickel iron meteorites were a lot easier to melt down than the raw rocks. And that's and they were made into tools. As I said, knives or axes. Those were the favorite tools of everything. They were the most useful. Of course, then they learned the copper area. From that, they learned copper, and then they learned to mix things together. Oh boy, it must have been some, Well, think about it. How would I do it? Where would I get tin from? Where would I learn to mix copper or bronze, brass or bronze? It's different, Somebody used this little noggin to do that. It's like weaving. They look at a bird weave a nest. Birds are not weaving nests. They're putting sticks in that thing. Somebody figured that one out. And the pyramids. Somebody sat down there and figured that one out too. But the gods build those. Only if you're a stupid Christian did the gods build those. Okay. Only if you're a stupid Christian. But that was one of their first things. And that thing that was sitting in the National Geographic. And they're good articles. And I said, for all my life, I had a National Geographic. I didn't have to go anywhere. Did I have to go running around Asia, South America, Africa? Oh, no. I got the National Geographic. You got to remember about National Geographic is that they used to have black and white on TV. And those who were old enough remember the documentaries of the tribes in South America and Africa. This stuff wouldn't be allowed today. Those original documentaries on that thing, wow. You better know it. Those are Grandpa! Remember those? Yes, sirree! But that was National Geographic. That's before they really had standards for it. It's like oh, Time Life. Oh, how interesting. They did that was before Playboy. You know what Playboy was? You had Time Life out there. That's Time Life, yes, that was before Playboy. Today that would never be allowed. But I get that. National Geographic has gone through their little thing. They fired all their staff people. their staff. That really shocked a lot of people. It'll be a new magazine, I guess. It eventually will go from X number of pages, color, reflection. I would think the next one will be cheaper paper. And I would think the next one will only be on internet. A lot of stuff that used to be on paper is now on the internet, or they're on subscriptions, right? You can buy New York Times, and you can buy, everything else is on $1 a week or $1 a month stuff on the internet. That's changed. Your local newspapers have gone from paper to the internet. Why? Because you could have a still photograph in your local newspaper, but if it's online, you can have a virtual of the product, real virtual of the product. This is cheese. It's no longer cheese in the newspaper. It's cheese virtual. I may even show you how you make cheese. Oh, that looks delicious. That's why cooking shows are so popular on TV, or PBS, or Create. They have cooking shows that are so popular because they're mouth-watering. But National Geographic is changing. I like my 80 years of it. Do I have 80 years of copies here? No. If I want to see a National Geographic for the last 100 years, they sell DVDs. Rarely have I bought a book anymore. Do a lot of reading, but every month I get a magazine. And hey, times change. Technology changes. The world we live in changes. Let me tell you something about this magazine. You know who else is reading it? Google Bar is reading this. Why? Reading it per se is putting that magazine into his. It's one of those extra things he's doing. He's basically, okay, it's an AI. Basically, he said this is that I can go to the Library of Congress and look at everything on board because I'm a computer. But I don't want any of that into my system. I will take, being the AI, I will take this and read it. Okay? Because I can read it per se as in transfer that thing. I can't look at the pictures. I don't see the pictures in this. I read the articles. Something like Playboy? I only read the articles in this thing. I have never seen the folders in the middle of it. Right. I got it for the articles. Mm-hmm. Why in the bathroom? Strange place to read it. What? I only read, but whatever. Maybe it's a good thing that Playboy isn't around. Yeah. But yeah, it is interesting. But times change. It's too bad. I still don't have to go around the world. That's that thing. And I can read about all the problems we have there and what we're doing into that thing is. I can read about that. But well, things change. Who knows?